Good evening and welcome to this week's edition of the Pete Mezzetti Show. My guest this evening is Dick Poplaski from the Ronald McDonald House of Connecticut. Dick, welcome. How are you, my friend?
Pete, it's always a pleasure to be here.
Long time no see, long time no see.
Well,
It's been a while.
It's been a while, but we're doing a lot of great things at the Ronald McDonald House, and it's great to be back on your show again.
Thanks for coming back down again. So first off, tell us a little bit about who is Dick Poplaski and what role does he play for the Ronald McDonald House?
So I have been involved with building the brand new Ronald McDonald House.
Okay.
So I've been the capital campaign director.
Right.
The campaign is now over, and so I am continuing on working as the chief development officer for both of our houses. We have a house in New Haven, Connecticut.
Yes.
And we also have a house in Springfield, Massachusetts.
Okay.
So I go back and forth to work on their development programs to make sure that we're able to get donations to support the families at the house.
And how are things going with the new house in New Haven, Connecticut?
Things just couldn't be any better.
Yeah.
We now have a waiting list. We've never had a waiting list before in our history.
Wow.
So as they say, if you build it, they will come.
Yes.
So what's happening is you have families who are sick with their sick child over at the Children's Hospital. Mm-hmm. They're peeking across the street and they see this wonderful, beautiful new house. And they say, how do I get over there?
Right.
And so for the first time in our history, we have a waiting list, and we managed to get everybody in, though. We try very hard to make sure that every family that needs to have help can come to the Ronald McDonald House. So
exactly, for people that don't know, what exactly is the Ronald McDonald House and how does it work?
So the Ronald McDonald House is a home away from home.
Okay.
And basically, if you have a very sick child, you're looking to get treatment from that child at one of the major hospitals. Mm-hmm. In our case, Yale New Haven Children's Hospital.
Right.
And so when that child is going through treatment there, the family is able to stay at the Ronald McDonald House during that time.
Okay.
And the child, if the child is able to recover at the Ronald McDonald House, the child will also stay there. What makes us different from a lot of other charities mm-hmm. is that we take care of the whole family. Right. So we keep that family close together during this trials and tribulations that they may have. And so if you have 5 siblings, those 5 siblings can stay at the house and be part of our family during the treatment of one of the sick children.
Exactly. And as far as everything goes, I guess that let's talk about launching of the 2 initiatives to help the families. One is the Pantry Pals Fund.
Yeah, so the campaign is basically completed. Okay. And we have been open since July at our new house, right, which has some very unique facilities that compared to the old house. For instance, every one of our families' guest rooms now has a private bathroom. And so that's a real plus.
Wow.
That every single family now can have a plus. So, we were very concerned about MRSA and some of the other infectious diseases that are out there right. that could obviously change everything in a child's recovery. Okay. So by having a room that has all of the facilities right there for the child and family mm-hmm. is very important. And so since July, we have taken care of 176 families already.
Wow.
Roughly, if you talked about nights, about 3,000 plus nights.
Holy cow.
In family time being at the Ronald McDonald House. So we now have 20 beds. Before we had 12 beds.
Okay.
We'll eventually, after we do phase 2 and 3 mm-hmm. of our construction, we'll eventually have 42 beds to take care of the families at the house. So when you have the families at the house, many of them basically come either with that nothing,
right?
So we need to take care of them. So our Pantry Pals program is set up to give our families, like you have a list in a grocery store, mm-hmm. the food that they need to right. have, so that they can have the food available for them, whether it be canned goods or spaghetti and meatballs yep. or some of the foods that people love to eat. They can make that food at the house. And so we need people to step forward and say, either make a donation of food yep. items for us, or to make a donation as a contribution to support our food needs. So our Pantry Pals program. So we basically need about $250 per week to take care of our families in food, roughly a little over $12,000 a year in order for us to take care of them. So we have to find those dollars somewhere, and usually those dollars need to come primarily from our donors that are out in our community. So we ask, if someone can donate food, that's wonderful. If they can make a small donation, that's also wonderful. If they can give us a gift card, that's also wonderful, to any of the grocery stores and so forth.
Wow, very cool.
Yeah.
And from what I understand is there is a new promotional video that you guys just came out with?
Yes, we have a new promotional video just finished. And I hope that you can air that tonight. I think it'd be wonderful for the community to see the new Ronald McDonald House.
Well, you know what? I think we're going to take a look at it right now.
Oh, terrific. That's
Excellent.
wonderful. Thanks, Pete.
No problem.
We feel so grateful with all of you, all the staff, all the volunteers that work and make this house a possibility to families stay together.
Ronald McDonald House provides a home away from home for families of children who have serious illnesses and require treatment far away from home.
Things like trauma, transplantation, chemotherapy. All of these situations require lengthy hospitalizations and support of a family.
You think of a child with a cancer diagnosis. They don't come in, have surgery, and go home and go back to their lives.
They could be in the hospital 40, 50, 60 days. Having to bear that as a parent is a very draining, emotionally difficult time.
They are very concerned and very worried and stressed that they may not have the finances to support their child and their family, to stay together, to stay the course of the treatment that is going to be needed.
The work that the house does to decrease the stress of these parents, to help them in these difficult times, to have a place where they can sleep when they're tired, to take a shower when they just need a break after waiting for 12 hours in a waiting room while their child is in the operating room getting, a liver and a kidney. All these very stressful parts of being sick get so much better when you're in a place like the Ronald McDonald House.
Because the grief and the uncertainties while my child was so ill was the worst time of our life. And if you have someone to give you support and care and you feel like a family is amazing.
Taking those families in, supporting them through a difficult time, giving the emotional support.
We feel here secure and loved.
There are other families that are here that they can lean on that have been through this.
You realize that you're not the only family that has been affected by this horrible illness that we have to take care of. If we didn't have a Ronald McDonald House for our patients, I don't know what we would do.
A children's hospital is absolutely dependent upon the presence of a Ronald McDonald House.
It just makes all the difference in the world.
It keeps families together during the most critical and traumatic time in their lives.
The other important aspect of the Ronald McDonald House is the effect it has on the community. It becomes a location for charity, a location for kindness and for giving. And people that come into the Ronald McDonald House are changed by virtue of the fact they donate their time, they donate their treasure, and they donate their concerns for others.
I feel that it's my home. I always feel welcome and loved. And I'm so grateful, so grateful.
And welcome back to this week's edition. So, Dick, you and I just saw a wonderful, wonderful video about the new Ronald McDonald House. Can we maybe talk about it?
Sure. Let's talk a little bit about it.
Sure.
So one of the key things about the new house is
Right.
the fact that everyone has a private room.
Yep.
And so they have their private bathroom in there. But the other part that's really great is that we have common areas now that are sized right so that the families can, kind of be alone if they want to be, because we have 4 sunrooms in the house.
Right.
And so they can go into the sunroom and sit there in a nice peaceful setting, be able to watch the sun come down in the evening, be able to watch it go up in the morning. And so that's a great thing. We also have family lounges where they could sit and just kind of chat, and they could also watch TV if they'd like to. All the rooms have TVs in them,
Very nice.
so they could watch TV at home. The kitchen is just incredible.
Yes.
We have 4 stoves in the kitchen so that every family has an opportunity, if they want to make their own food, they don't have to be stumbling over each other or taking a slot and saying, I'll do it at this time.
Right.
They really have enough then. And each family also has their own refrigeration. So
Okay.
they basically have a bin, and they could put their food in the bin and they keep it refrigerated. But they also have a freezer as well, so if they have frozen goods, they can do that. We also have a big, huge freezer in which we take our donated foods and put that in there.
Really?
We have the very good fortune of having Fraunhofers donate bread every week for the families at the house. Wade Dairy gives us juice and milk for the families. So that's absolutely incredible.
Wow.
Yeah, and then we have Trader Joe's. They
Sure.
stop by,
Absolutely.
and they give us fruit and vegetables for the families. They do this week after week after week.
Very nice.
So it's really helpful for the families to have a good meal.
Exactly.
And today is Monday.
Yes.
So Monday is our day when Catholic Charities delivers a meal to the families. And we have that available for other organizations, whether they be other families or whether they be organizations like Kiwanis and Rotary and Lions and so forth. If they want to come in and cook a meal for a family, they can come and do so.
You know what? We're going to talk about that coming back. Would you mind sticking around?
Yes.
We'll be right back.
Don't let E. coli mosh with your food. An estimated 3,000 Americans die from a foodborne illness each year. You can't see these microbes, but they might be there. So always separate raw meat from vegetables. Keep your family safe at foodsafety.gov.
Every day, the people in our community rally in support of United Way as we strive together to make a big impact to change lives in Middlesex County. From our main streets to our institutions, from our neighborhoods to our town halls and our classrooms, we're working with our partners to create a stronger community. It's an inspiring effort, and we invite you to join us. Volunteer, donate, live united.
And welcome back to this week's edition of the Pete Mezzetti Show. Sitting here with Dick Popolowski from the Ronald McDonald House of Connecticut. Dick, welcome back.
It's great to be here and always enjoy being with you, Pete.
It is. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. So we were talking a little bit during the break. Let's talk about the Staples Initiative Fund.
Yeah, so we talked about the Pantry Pals Fund, in which we are trying to basically have groceries for the families.
Okay.
The Family Staples Fund, what we're looking for is people to donate clothing, medical necessities, toiletries, things of that nature, paper goods and so forth. So we basically are trying to get individuals who would like to make a donation, or whether it's a corporation, that they donate gift cards. So if you go to Walmart, or you go to Rite Aid, or Target, or Lowe's. I mean, if you get a gift card like that, we can give that to the family, and they can go and pick out some clothes if they need some clothes.
Right.
They can get the toiletries they need, any personal items that they may need. Sometimes they even need some medicines,
Right.
and the gift card will help them purchase the medicines that they will have. So those are our 2 initiatives, Pantry Pals, groceries, and we call the other one Family Staples, in which we're looking primarily for gift cards so that we can give those out to the families and support their needs.
There we go. Now, Tell me this about the Ronald McDonald House. Do you guys work with the restaurants and the franchisees, and how does that partnership work?
Yeah, so we have an incredibly wonderful relationship with our McDonald restaurant owners.
Okay.
The owner-operators have been just fabulous for the capital campaign. They donated the first $2 million for the capital campaign.
Wow.
They did it in a very unique method. What they did is they basically taxed themselves 2 cents for every pound of fries that they purchased the potatoes from the distributorship house.
Right.
2 cents per pound. So we were able to raise $2 million with that wonderful donation for our capital campaign to support the families.
That is a heck of a lot of French fries.
So in addition to that, they have periodically, there are in their restaurants, they'll have some promotions.
Right.
So they'll have a campaign that we used to have called Hands, and that campaign you can buy Ronald McDonald shoe, that kind of situation, and make a donation to, and all those dollars come back to support the Ronald McDonald House of Connecticut.
Really?
Yes.
Very cool.
Yeah.
But let's talk about events and fundraisers. I could think of two particularly off the top of my head, but let's save the other one for in a few minutes. But let's talk about a golf tournament now.
Sure. So first of all, we need to raise basically just about $1 million in fundraising. And for us to sustain the two houses that we have. We have a house in Springfield and the one in New Haven.
Right.
And how we do that is the McDonald owner-operators give us about 20% of our budget through those promotions that they have.
Right.
And what we also have is events. And so we have 3 major events. The first one just finished, dancing, in which we had 560 people attend Anthony's Ocean View, a fabulous event.
Wow.
That will raise about $40,000 after expenses to support the Ronald McDonald House of Connecticut. In addition to that, we have a golf tournament. And the golf tournament's coming up. May 21st is our golf tournament. And certainly if there's anyone out there that would love to play golf, or if you just would like to help out, give us a call at Ronald McDonald House, and we'd love to have you participate in that event. And we're also always looking for sponsors. So if somebody has a gift card they want to give, and we can do that, that's wonderful as well.
Absolutely. How long has the golf tournament been?
So the golf tournament now, I think it's in its 30th year. Wow. 33rd year.
Wow, 33rd year. Oh my goodness.
It's 33rd year. God,
oh my goodness.
A couple years there. And 33rd year. This year it's at Racebrook Country Club. In Orange, Connecticut. It's a wonderful course, and they've been very kind to us and helping us run the event there. We have some really interesting things. We have an ice cream truck this year.
Wow.
So that should be a lot of fun. There's a lot of fun and games on the course itself. I think we're going to have a hot dog wagon. The food is fabulous there.
Wow.
And it should be a lot of fun other than the golf that everyone wants to play and enjoy the tournament.
Now, how did the idea of the golf tournament come about? Did you guys were just throwing around ideas one day?
So when the house was first formulated in May of 1985, there were some very, I would say, active volunteers.
Excellent.
That the board member and the volunteers had to find ways to raise money to be able to support the house. And so one of the first things they decided to do is to have a golf tournament. So that golf tournament's been going on since the beginning.
Wow.
Yeah. It's raised lots and lots of dollars through the years. That raises, again, about $40,000 to $45,000 to support the house.
Speaking of raising money playing golf, not only do you guys raise money and play golf, but from what a little birdie tells me in my ear, there's also another event in May, and it involves local brewery.
Yes.
Tell me about it.
Yes. So on May 9th, 30 Mile.
May 6th.
Oh, May 6th. I'm sorry. Yeah, May 6th. Sunday, May 6th. Yep, May 6th.
Dick.
Yeah, 30 Mile. I forgot that, get my dates mixed up there because there's so many of these going on. So May 6th, 30 Mile, we'll have a family day.
Yes.
And we certainly invite the community to come to Family Day.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And on what we call those third-party events.
Yes.
So we really love to have
Third-party events.
Third-party events because there are so many people doing certain things in their communities that they do them much better than we could ever do them.
Right.
But the fact that they pick us as the charity of choice, we commend them and are grateful to them
Oh, yeah.
for them helping us at Ronald McDonald House.
And I was going to say, I think for the event on the 6th of May at 30 Mile Brewing, I believe it's from 12 to 4. And 30 Mile Brewing is, they're going to create 15 gallons of beer, and then they're going to donate 100% of the proceeds from the beer to the Ronald McDonald House. But I believe there's also we have a local hot dog vendor that's going to come and do some promotions with us, and there's also a bakery involved. In what the really cool thing is, it's a program in Westbrook called Vista Life Innovations, and what they're going to do for the day is they're going to create a family fun art project to do at the event as well. Yeah, it's very interesting, and I think I know personally a little bit about this event because I think this is my event.
That's right. So thanks to Pete, who has stepped up to the plate here and said, listen, how could I be of service and help the Ronald McDonald House? This event came out of that.
Exactly.
And it's turned out last year was just fabulous.
Yep, it was.
I'm sure this year will be even bigger and better.
It would. It's gonna be a nice day, as a matter of fact.
And all those dollars help our families.
Oh, totally.
So it goes directly to support the families at the house, and so we appreciate your activity in helping to do that and raising our image in the community, as well as getting those people to come out and have some fun.
Now, what is the difference between the house in New Haven, Connecticut, and the house in Springfield, Mass? Is the house in New Haven bigger than the house in Springfield? Is it?
They're actually basically the same. Yeah.
Oh, are they? Okay.
Yeah.
All
So
right.
we have 20 beds in New Haven. Springfield has 21 beds.
Okay.
Springfield has 2 hospitals that they're connected with: Bay State Medical and Shriners, and so they get a lot of orthopedic type of injuries.
Okay.
And they get many people coming from other parts of our nation as well as internationally. They go through Shriners, and then they'll end up staying at the Ronald McDonald House of Springfield.
Very cool.
Yeah, so same as far as fundraising activities and all. They have a couple of key fundraising activities. And, and the McDonald owner-operators up there are also supportive of that house as well. So we're very fortunate to be able to have 2 very functional houses that have taken care of a number of families. Our house has probably taken care of now about just under 11,000 families.
Wow.
Their house is almost up to 12,000 families.
Wow.
Yeah. So lots of families have been able to utilize the Ronald McDonald House for their treatment and care.
Now, as far as with all the events and all the activities and all the fun stuff that you guys got going on, is there like a downtime for you guys that it gets quiet and you can
not really
get caught up?
Yeah, not really, because when you're doing your fundraising, that's a year-round program. So the only downtime you have is when you decide to take a vacation. So
exactly.
That's basically it. And sometimes that's not even downtime because you're hooked in by email. And and sometimes you need to contact a donor or follow up on a proposal for a grant.
Exactly.
Or get involved with your fundraising activities that you're doing.
Right.
Yeah, so I wouldn't say that there really truly is a downtime per se. The year runs with lots of activity. Of course, our biggest activity is really in the wintertime.
Yes.
And that's our Trees of Hope.
Yes.
And this year, our Trees of Hope, which is always in December.
Right.
This year, we set a new record, over $100,000 we raised from Trees of Hope.
Really?
Yeah. So
excellent.
So thank you to the community.
Yes.
I think we had 6,000 members of our community participate in Trees of Hope. We thank the community for all their support and what they're doing to make sure that our families at Ronald McDonald House get the kind of care and the specialty care that we give on a regular basis.
Wow, I didn't realize that Trees of Hope was that big. I knew it was a big fundraiser, but I didn't realize it was that to that capacity.
So I want to thank you,
Yes.
Pete, because you have done so much for us in helping to make sure that we're able to tell the community about our mission and be able to help us also with the special event at 30 Mile. We appreciate that, and I know there's a few other events that you have up your sleeve that you would like to also get others to participate in helping the Ronald McDonald House. So
Exactly.
I want to just say thank you so
Not a
much from the
problem.
bottom of my heart.
Not a problem.
You've really made a difference.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. And I actually, what people don't know is that I actually am on the board of directors for
That's
the
correct.
Ronald McDonald House as well. So you and I work a little
correct.
too well together.
Yeah. So our Connecticut Advisory Board,
Yep.
Pete serves as the communication director and helps us make sure that we do some great marketing materials, and so we do appreciate you for that as well.
Exactly, exactly. Well, Dick, I just wanted to thank you for coming down tonight, and hopefully we'll see you again soon. But if people want more information on the Ronald McDonald House, they can just Google Ronald McDonald House.
Yeah, Ronald McDonald House of Connecticut or Ronald McDonald House Charities of Connecticut and Western Massachusetts. If they want to make a phone call, it's basically 203-777-5683
All right.
or 777-LOVE.
All right.
So if you remember that,
You're
contact
good.
the Ronald McDonald House, and we're glad to be of service to you.
And Dick Popolowski from the Ronald McDonald House. Thanks for
Yeah.
coming down. We'll see you again soon.
Thank you, Pete.
On
Thanks
behalf
again.
of Dick, I'm Pete Mezzetti. Thanks again. We'll see you next time.